Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I built my firewood storage shed. Essentially I've got a 4-foot by 12-foot plan, and it goes up about 5.5 feet on the inside of this shed that you see here. It's all wood slats going all the way around. It's all treated lumber with an asphalt shingle roof. And what you've got to do is essentially go to the city and get a permit, write up your plans, and come back and dig some holes. So here I'm digging 6 post holes, putting some 4x4s in there. You could try to do it by hand, but it's actually easier to go out and rent this machine right here, which will actually get you down, maybe with the help of a rock crusher in case you hit some rocks too. But then you want to come back and you want to cut this down level all the way across. So once you've leveled off your 4x4s, you want to notch into them for the joist. The joist runs the full 12 foot. And it's important because you want that I'm using 2x6s here, and you want those 2x6s to be resting into that 4x4. And then you're going to lag bolt through it. So the lag bolts aren't really there to hold the joist up. They're really there just to keep it in its spot. So you want to notch into that 4x4, put these joists down. And then you can see I'm using 2x4s and slapping them on top for like an I-beam. And what that does is I'm gluing and screwing them down, and that adds a tremendous amount of strength to this floor. And because when it's fully loaded, it's going to have about 6,000 pounds of wet firewood on it. You want this to be really strong, and especially the footer too. If I didn't mention it earlier, the footer needs to be at least 12 inches wide and go down 42 inches or below the freeze line for your area. And that should be strong enough to hold this. In the middle here, you're just beginning to see it, there's 2 beams coming across there. Those beams I've doubled up because most of the weight actually goes to the middle. It's just an engineering thing, I guess. I guess the weight will actually disperse and hit those middle posts. So you want to double up the beams there for even more rigidity and strength for all this wet firewood. So here's a close-up of the 4x4 post with a notch that I've put in to rest my 2x6 joist on top of, and that adds a lot of strength to the floor. So now you can see I've started to lay the floor, and I've actually put some studs up, and I actually put those studs in through the lag bolt that I had originally. So I just got a longer lag bolt, put the studs in there, and those are 2x6s as well. They run up to the top where I have a rafter going across. And now you can see what we've got here is finished product. So the floor has also a gap between all those slats. It's about 1 inch or 1.5 inches, so the airflow can get through and help the wood season a little bit faster. And this is also facing the south side, which in Ohio here, that's going to get the sun all day, and that will also help speed up the seasoning process as well. So the length of this actually faces the sun all day. That really helps significantly. And you can see here, I'm just showing you some close-ups of the bolts and the floor here. You know, I've even put, because it's raised up off the ground, some chicken wire to go around to help keep out raccoons and squirrels. At the top here, for the shingle roof, you got to get like a drip edge. That just makes it look a little bit nicer. And I've also faced the top there with a 2x6 as well. And overall, the project was less than a week. I think it looks pretty good. My neighbors like it. You don't get the morning dew up off of the ground, so the wood really does get dry pretty fast. And so far I like it, and just thought I'd share with you and give you some ideas for your firewood storage shed. Thanks for listening.